Agnes Kahn was always a great supporter. So, now, veterans, on your feet. Let's go around the room. Now, Ron.
Ron Everett, Army, Vietnam, 68, 69.
Army Medical Corps.
Army medic.
Mark's a
Merchant Marine, 2006.
He served on my ship, I know.
Steve Ebsen, Marine Corps, 71 through 74.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
Terry Loss, medic, Army, 66, 68.
Standing. And standing in.
I'm standing in for Bud. He was in the Army in, 68 through 70, I believe. He was a medic.
And my wife won't stand, but she was with the Air Force, assigned to the Civil Air Patrol. Well, okay, thank you, each and every one of you. How do we say thank you to a veteran? There's been a lot of discussions about that. Thank you for your service. It sounds kind of automatic. If they'd asked the name first and then thank you using your name, it helps. Yesterday, Bonnie and I went to the Outback restaurant, celebrating that all of our stuff is moved into the new house. It's not put away, unfortunately. But I was passing one of the tables and a lady said, thank you for your service. And I was just in my old work clothes, and she says it was a lucky guess. Later on, when we went to pay the bill, a portion of our bill was paid. I think that's the way it ought to be. Thank the veterans by doing something. Pay it forward. Worked really well. Now, each one of these veterans has a lot of stories. Things happened. And if your families don't talk to them about it, they need to talk. They need to talk about it, whether they're willing or not. If you'll be a good listener, those stories need to come out, or you'll lose them forever, because none of these guys are getting, those guys are not getting younger. I am, of course. But I'd encourage you to get your veteran to talk. It'll help the veteran also. Now, the disabled veterans we see around us, if they don't have a leg and you see the prosthesis or an arm, those are the obvious injuries. But the more prevalent injury is not visible. Now, post-traumatic stress disorder is not a disorder at all. Post-traumatic stress is a normal reaction to very abnormal conditions. And that's what we see in almost all of our veterans. None of us came home the same person that went out. We were all changed. Those are the guys that do need to talk about those things as a part of that therapy. And maybe you'll get that same young man back that you married way back there in 1960. So God bless each and every one of you for all that you have done to protect the freedoms that we often take for granted. May your Veterans Day be a day of rest, a reflection, a time of peace, in your heart, knowing you answered the nation's call in time of war and in peace. And I'm personally thankful for each and every one of you. Now, you saw how many people we had standing. In the United States, 1% of the population served. Well, we're way ahead in the Mount Vernon Church. Thank you, and I praise God for each and every one of you.